All right, Coach, give us opening statement, and we'll turn over to questions.
Yeah, anytime you win 4 games in a weekend, that's a good weekend. And really pleased with our starting pitching all weekend. I know Massey, gave up the 2-run homer, kind of, had the leadoff hitter of the game, 0-2, ended up walking him, and then had the 3-hole hitter 0-2 and ended up giving up that home run, just kind of hung a slider. But other than that, I was very pleased with Michael's start. And then Josh Hartle, I thought was really good. That's, he had all 4 pitches working today. And I was really pleased with Josh's outing. Cole Rowland, wasn't as sharp as he was the other night, but found a way to get 3 outs. Crawford kind of scuffled in that first inning. And in the second inning, I thought Crawford threw the ball well. And then Cam, it's tough. Sit around for 35 innings. You're the closer. You kind of want to save situation, and you have to come out there with no adrenaline. I think closers have struggled in that situation since the beginning of time. And it's just a tough situation. It was good to see Tommy Hawk swing the bat better today. I like where he's headed. Obviously, Kurtzie's swinging it really well. Sess is swinging it really well. Danny Corona, I think, is swinging it really well. But the good news is, most of our lineup's not really swinging it yet, and we managed to win 4 ball games. So really pleased. We'll have a tough game at UNC Greensboro on Tuesday, and we'll have a short pitching staff. So we'll need to get a good start out of Reed Muscolo and, try to piece it together from there on the road. But pleased with the weekend all in all, and looking forward to getting back out there on Tuesday.
What do you think is the biggest thing you learned about your photo this weekend?
Well, I think the biggest thing I learned is I think our pitching has a chance to be really good. That I like. I think offensively, again, I think we're pressing a little bit right now. We need to stay a little more on the backside and be a little lower. But I think our pitching and our defense is kind of right where it needs to be. So, really pleased with that part of the game, and the offense is going to come. We'll get those other guys in the lineup rolling. So
7 of your starters get hits in the second game, 7 score runs. So, I mean, in some ways, things aren't going well offensively. We scored like 10 runs.
Yeah, we're not swinging the bat real well. We've had some walks, which has helped. We've had a ton of free passes in that first game, and then a couple free passes here in this second game. But all in all, I just don't feel like we're swinging the bat well yet. But I think we will soon. We're getting closer.
Do you have any updates in terms of big fine issue with down to the
He's meeting with the doctor right now. He was moving around better than we anticipated, so I would put him in the cautiously optimistic category. But we'll know more here shortly.
Yeah, any further word on Teddy Brown?
No, we're waiting on MRI results back for him as well. So we'll know. I think we'll probably have a good idea on those 2 guys here in the next couple of days. So,
what's going to be your message to the team ahead of Tuesday's game?
Well, I mean, it's always hard to win on the road, especially with a good UNCG team. I don't know what they did today. I know they won yesterday, kind of came back to win yesterday, and they're always tough at their place. So the message is, I mean, you got to, it's our first time on grass. It's our first time on the road. So, more than half our team is new. So it's kind of it's just kind of, getting used to being on the road, and life's a little different. You got to kind of make those adjustments.
How did you guys adjust to the early one and 8:30, first pitch today?
I thought our guys were great. I thought they brought energy all day today. I was really pleased. I told them going into the day, I said, this day is about 2 things. It's about toughness and energy. And it's really easy to mail it in. And I felt good that we didn't do that. So our dugout stayed up all day today. It was a long day, especially coming off, we played 3 games in 24 hours. I mean, it doesn't happen very often. But, the one thing we talk about is these things do happen in the conference tournament. They happen in the NCAA tournament, when you have rain and things like that. It could happen in a conference weekend where you get rain on Friday, so it's good to kind of throw some on. We didn't hit on the field all weekend. I think that's part of why we didn't swing it well either. These tournaments, you don't get to hit on the field, during the weekend. So it's kind of hard for those guys to get in their rhythm, but it's also good because it happens. It happens during the season. You need to be ready for it.
Day off tomorrow. What the day off coming?
Day off tomorrow. We'll have an optional lift, and I'm sure some guys will be over to kind of hit on their own. But all in all, day off. We made that switch this year. We used to take Wednesdays off, but now we switched it to Mondays this year.
So thought process there.
I think it's so we can have a harder practice on Wednesday. It's like you don't want to have a hard practice on Thursday. Headed into a weekend series. So this way it gives us the option if we need to work on some things and have a little harder practice on Wednesday where we have a kind of a light day coming in behind it before the weekend.
4 games in, what's the thing you're most happy about so far?
Our pitching, I think I was really happy with our starting pitching all weekend. I thought Josh threw the ball really well. I thought Rhett was really good. Obviously, Sully coming in behind Rhett was really good. Seth Keener was really good. So, those guys were super, super encouraging.
Anything that will be nagging at you over the next couple of days that you're concerned about?
No, again, just offensively, I think we just need to clean some things up. I don't think there's anything, that's kind of sticking out that needs a correction. I think we just need to play more and kind of get into a little more of a rhythm.
You mentioned that tournaments are hard, neutral site games to get hitting in on the field. That might have been why that sort of get cold. That's happening again this weekend. Any plans to adjust for that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I hope we can. I hope we can maybe get out, certainly get out early on Friday, with the weather this Friday, it kind of rained, right up till game time. But I think usually we'd be out there before that first game and get some hitting in on the field pregame in that situation. So hopefully the weather this week will lend to doing that.
Questions on from the Zoom?
Tom,
Hey,
sorry
Tom.
to be a stick.
Sorry?
Sorry to be a stickler on this, but are you any more or less optimistic on Teddy's outlook than 2 days ago when I asked you?
No, I mean, it's the same. I mean, again, we just don't have all the information right now. So it's hard to say. I wouldn't say we're optimistic or not optimistic. I think we're just waiting for the information so we can make a decision on him.
Tom, 4 really clean games defensively.
Yeah, no, really pleased with our defense. I thought Merrick Houston was good all weekend defensively. I thought our outfield defense was solid. So yeah, I mean, no blips back there. Bennett Lee was good in his 3 games. Gio Cueto did a good job this morning. So we were definitely solid up the middle. And then you got Kurtzy at first, who's a really good defender, and Brock at third, who's a really good defender. So when we look around the field, we feel good about our defense as being a strength for sure.